Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am here today with Evie, Eris, and Naeem. And today we have a follow-up of our top 10 lists. So, as you guys are aware, we started off with top 10 goalies in the world purely on like the quality that we think of those specific goalies. So not necessarily like this season alone in terms of form-wise. And we're going to continue down that path, but we are going to be continuing with the left back position. So same criteria, boys, based off of quality, what you think about these players. If you want to take recent years into factor, you can, but it's not like strictly this year only, because that way, like we said, we thought that majority of us would kind of have the same lists overall, so we wanted to spice it up. Now, that being said, we have something slightly different from the goalkeeping one. Okay, in the goalkeepers category that we did, it was only us four that we had our lists, and we had compiled them all together, right? We're gonna switch it up starting from this episode. The left back position, we are going to be starting including more people, so people that have been on the pod before and people that you guys are familiar with, people that we're all familiar with. So in this list that we have today, it's me, Naeem, Evie, Eris, Parsa, Parham, and Jasser. Based off of that, we compiled all of them together, different points, and we are going to be starting from the honorable mentions all the way to the very best left back in the world, according to the FG podcast. Okay, so you guys excited for this?
Yes, sir. I need to preface this because we made our lists, well, at least us four, we made our lists before the second leg of the UCL knockouts, and the UCL knockouts happened, so we're going to have some stuff to discuss.
Yeah. You know, there
it doesn't matter. Eris has the worst list out of all of us, so I don't think
Damn, bro. Listen, my top 7 is fine. After that, I blanked out, and I just went on, like, the last, 3 performances. So.
Yeah, there's a reason why my title says expert.
Did you take into factor Nations League for these players?
No, not for these ones. Nah, bro, no Nations League for this. Listen, we're doing internationals. That was the only thing we had. So
okay, so we're gonna start off as always honorable mentions. In total, I'll let you know we have 18 players between the 7 of us. Good thing is, I think this is the first time from like 1 to 10, maybe because we have more people, so less probability, less likely for you to have like draws. 1 to 10. No draws at all. So it is a perfect ranking. And then from 11 to like 14th, there's a few players that ended up with like 2 points, 1 point, 3 points, etc. But we're going to go through them. So starting off with honorable mentions, okay? There were 3 players that ended up with 1 point only. Okay? I
already know my player, bro. I already know.
So I will let you know.
No,
I'll leave him for last. But because all 3 of them, they're interesting. So the first player was Nuno Tavares. Evie had him at 10th. Second player was
Elite ball knowledge. 8 assists, I believe, this season from left.
He's leading the world, I think, with the number of assists from left back.
Oh, that's a decent shout. I can't lie, especially based off of this season. The other player that had 1 point, Marc Cucurella. Okay, eats paella. The only man that had him at 10th was Mr. J himself, Jasser.
I thought about him too, but just based off that Spain performance, that's it. Everything else was ass.
Wait till you hear mine, boys. Wait till you hear it.
And now, the other player that ended up with 1 point. And honestly, this is the least shocking, 1-pointer I've ever seen. I don't even know how he got the 1 point, I'll be honest with you. But Eris had him at 10th. It is Angelino.
Let's go, boys. Listen, I'll speak really quickly. As I said, I got my top 7. After that, I was blanking out. So I was going through historic wise, and you'll see in one of them. And then this one, I was like, all right, let me look at some past performances. And then I see Angelino in the Europa League for Roma has been doing pretty decently. Did he score or assist against Bilbao? He did it against against Porto, and then before that against Frankfurt. He's doing all right as a left back, doing his thing. Mainly, what I like Angelino for was back in his Leipzig days in the the early 2010s.
Yeah, 4 fucking years ago.
That's literally it. There was no excuse for him to be on this list, but I blanked out. And
there's 10 left backs better than him. There's 10 left backs better than him right now.
For sure.
I don't argue with that. It's just
when we go through the names, you're gonna be like, how the hell did I have this brother ahead
Listen,
of
like I said, my top 7, I'm very happy and confident in. After that, I blanked out, and that's on me. That's on me.
Fair. We'll keep that in mind. All right, so that is the only players that end up with 1 point, okay? So they were joined 14th. Now, 13th, 1 player, 2 points. We have Lucas Hernandez with... We have Lucas Hernandez with 2 points. The only
Lucas Hernandez?
That's crazy, bro. That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
Yes,
that wasn't any of this.
One person had him at 9th, right? Guess who that person was?
Parson.
No, Eris?
Jasser.
Jasser.
What you asking
Jasser? Brother, Lucas Hernandez was out for an entire season pretty much. And we don't even play him as much at left back as we got someone else who we're gonna get to. Like,
This
what?
is shocking. This is actually
Yeah.
shocking that we have
Wow.
someone that's putting Lucas
Happening,
Hernandez on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's 2
Doesn't
points.
start for France. Doesn't start for fucking PSG.
That's 2
Yeah,
points
bro.
down the drain, bro. Basically.
That's crazy. But Angelino better than Lucas Hernandez. I'm standing by that right now.
yeah, that's true.
On current form, I'm taking him.
Right now. Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
take
so-
Angelino over Lucas Hernandez, but yeah.
So I wasn't horrible.
So yes, so the good thing about having more people is you kind of like you can kind of put like I don't know, like an idea as to like who boosts the rating and who kind of makes them
We
plummet
need to put
overall.
Jasper on the podcast next time to talk about his choices, bro. Because
I know where he's talking about the 2018 World Cup. That's where his head was at when he played.
Yeah, but-
That's where his-
I swear to God, that brother looking at FIFA ratings and ascending order, bro.
He was thinking about the other
That's
Hernandez, bro. Wrong brother.
yeah.
Like I said, Lucas Hernandez 2 points. Okay, so 12, 2 players with 3 points. The first one is Calafiori. Okay, now Calafiori, I believe 2 people had Calafiori in there. So, or no, actually, Naim was the only one that had Calafiori in there. He had him at 8.
Listen,
Naim.
I rate him, but he was always a shit left back. He was always good at center back. And again, like we saw that with Italy too.
Again, I say it with Eris. Like after my top 7, just the 3 names. Honestly, I want to put Balde over. If I had to change one thing, I put Balde over Calafiori.
Did the Arsenal mans even have Calafiori?
I think between the 2 left backs I watched most in my list, Calafiori is probably top 3.
Yeah, but even when last season, right? You're talking about Bologna, right?
I'm talking
He was
about
in
not
Center
that.
back, though.
He was a
He
CB,
played
no?
center back though.
He did play center back, but then because he's allowed, I was having this conversation with Gent, like, how do we like phase this out? And then Calafiori was like, we can consider him as a left back. But I really like how Mata used him.
The other player that ended up in 12th with 3 points is I had him at 8. It was Cambiaso for me. I put Cambiaso.
Overrated.
I like him, brother.
I think he's so
can't lie.
great.
I like him, bro. I like Cambiaso. I think he's a very balanced and very versatile wing back in my opinion. So
Yeah,
just with what I've seen, I'll be honest, like I haven't watched a lot of Juve, especially this year because they're fucking boring as fuck. But like with last year, this year, with what I've seen, like Cambiaso, he's pretty decent, I would say. In my opinion, he might be overrated, but I know that there was fullbacks on this list that certain man's called overrated as well. And then when I seen their list, they're pretty high up. I'm not gonna name names, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Cambiaso, we'll see. He's still relatively young, right? And City's linked to him as well. So honestly, I think it would be interesting if he goes to City because they need a right back, bro, desperately.
Yeah, he'd probably we'd probably see him excel there. Maybe it's just because Juve plays like so bad.
Yeah.
Again, but I think he's been overrated. I've yet to see him shine. So
Like I said, honorable mentions, boys. So 11th, 2 players finished in at 11th with 6 points. Okay, the first player is Destiny Udoji. I will let you know who had him and where they had him. So I had him in at 6th. Yeah, Naim had him in at 10th. That's
if
it.
we're talking quality wise, I do rate him too. Like I remember I sent you that text again. I said I like him as well. Like it's honorable mention for me. Form wise, I don't think he's been that good. Maybe it's just Spurs as well. Spurs are even worse than Juventus, right? So they're I don't know. I'm not taking their performances like individual performance at face value, but I do like him a lot. I liked him a lot at Udinese, but yeah, I just haven't seen him make that leap yet. So.
But this season he's had injuries, but last season he was arguably the best left back in the Premier League, I would say. For sure. He was up there with Guardiola. I think it was like for a good while it was between them two, bro. I remember like everyone was saying Udoji. He's been killing it. I think he's
this is basically more recently.
Yeah, no, I just like I like the talent that I see him in, bro. Like I think he's a very, very good full back in my opinion. He's still young. Honestly I can see him potentially getting a bigger move than Spurs as he continues to grow.
It's tough because he's competing with Dimarco for Italy. I would have said Udoji should be a starter in a couple of years, but then Dimarco was also up there. I really like him at Udinese. That's why I had him in my list. I think Spurs, they've been really lacking left backs. Like they had Ben Davies and then Sergei Reguilon. So I think Udoji is their solution if he's injury prone, which is the issue here. But I was basing off my choice off Udinese, and he was by far one of the best left backs in the Serie A before he made that move to Spurs. And
so Udoji, like I said, 6 points. The other player that had 6 points was, Harris isn't going to like this, Kirkes. He ended up in 11th with 6 points. Parham had him at 10th, and then Harris had him at 6. I'll let you talk about that, brother.
Best left back in the Prem this season. I know we're doing an overall quality. I don't care. Okay.
Okay.
Best. Did you see That
Was-
cross against Tottenham this past weekend, absolute beauty, pinpoint precision. Just wait. Once he moves to Liverpool in the summer, we're gonna be hearing, "Oh, best left back, oh, goat, oh this." Just because he's at Bournemouth, you're not getting those shouts. Once he gets that move, he's insane. He's clinical. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to pass. He knows how to defend. He does everything. I love the guy, bro. So good.
Fair.
Yo,
No,
Sorry.
I think he's
Class.
still raw, but
Six is
Yeah, he's
a
still
little bit
young.
high,
He's
no?
Six is
still
pretty.
Six is a
raw,
little
bro.
bit
He makes
high.
a lot of mistakes.
I
Bro,
He makes a
don't know.
lot of
he's doing it at Bournemouth, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see him in the big UCL nights. That's what I want
He's
to
doing
see.
it at Bournemouth, but Bournemouth have been clapping all the big teams this season.
That
You're
doesn't
acting
mean
as if Bournemouth. He's been doing it against like Southampton, like scoring 2 penalties against Southampton. He's not doing that.
he
okay.
plays once a week, bro.
Yeah, okay, but
To have him
And?
above some mans that play every 3 days at a high level, that's what I'm
and
saying.
he's performing against big clubs, even if he's doing it once a week.
Yeah, but
Big
we're also
deal.
talking about a guy that's only performing now. Keep in mind,
Yeah,
like
Right. That's what I said. I know. That's what I said. It's based. This
last
pick for me was based purely off of this season. A lot of them, like it's all different, but like the quality
Yeah,
I've
but
seen
that's
this
also
season,
like
I
I
think.
think there's 10 left backs better than him based on form and on quality, right? Like I'm not doubting that he will get to that level very soon, especially with a big move coming. There's still like he's still pretty raw. And
I'm
trust
gonna-
me,
I believe
rating
the
him
hype,
for
bro.
time. He played for Milan, bro. So
Yeah, two things. I don't
It is what
think
it is.
he's the best left back in the Prem this season. I think
Yeah, I
someone
think
else
Anthony
is.
Robinson
That
is.
we're gonna and then second of all, I've seen your list, brother, and we will like once we're done the full thing, we'll go back to who you have under Kirkus because you know I have some personal stuff with you.
I
because
know
of-
who you have above him.
No, nothing. I think it's a decent. I was like, I'd probably put him top 10 over Calafiori, but it's not. I don't think it's a bad shot at all. But
No,
Yeah, he
6 is just too high. I get that. I
He was
understand
Yeah,
that
honorable
is coming
mentions
out,
for
but
me. He
the
was
Bournemouth
honorable
bias
mentions.
is coming
like-
out.
Alrighty, boys. So honorable mentions are done. We are going into our top 10. In 10th spot was 7 points, so 1 point above Udoji and Kirkes. Speak of the devil, we have Robinson in the best left back in the EPL, and
Damn, bro.
I will let you know where we had him. So I had Robinson in at 10. Parsa had Robinson in at 7. Parham had Robinson in at 9. I don't know what those other two men. I know Parsa rates Robinson pretty heavy. And then same with me, bro. I think he's been doing it for at least 2 years now. One of the best left backs in the EPL for at least 2 years. Like I said, in my opinion, this season he is the best left back. I think he is more complete than Kirkus as of right now, but he's older as
older.
well.
He's
Yeah,
a lot
exactly. Yeah, he's older as well. In terms of who I would want in my team, I think I would edge it to Anthony Robinson as of right now, basically, with what I've seen. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a gap. Like I said, it's just a 1 point gap.
Yeah. No, to be fair though, like if you remember when we did the combined XI from outside the big six, like we were arguing about these two for our left back position. I know Robinson won, but I mean, like we still had debates about it. So it's not like it's an insane gap where it's like he's
Yeah.
so much better and like you know what I mean. It's just
Yeah. But yeah, he was in at 10th. Okay. So now we have a decent jump, I would say. So in ninth spot with 16 points, actually, we have Ferland Mendy. Okay. I will let you know who had
How?
Mendy. What? Who said
how?
bro, I thought you were in pain.
For real, bro.
messed up this toe, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Naeem. I agree with you, bro. Even the Madrid mans don't rate that, brother. But I will let you know where everyone had him. So Evie had Mendy in at 10. I did not have him. Naeem did not have him. Ayers did not have Mendy. Parsa had Mendy in at 6. And Parham had Mendy in at 6. And Jasser had Mendy in at 8. Evie, you're the only representative here that had Mendy in.
Yeah, defend Jasser.
I think
You're in the same category with Mr. J, bro. Take that in.
No, fuck that, man. I think just comparing to like the honorable mentions that I had, I think he's a better player. Like I think he's just a safe bet, but he's not like he's not like a shining like player to me. But I think he gets the job done.
Mm-hmm.
And Madrid are obviously weaker without him. They don't have like a reliable left back. So I think,
Camavinga can slot
Yeah,
right
then-
in there. Kama can
Yeah,
slot
but
right in
he's
and do
not
the
exactly-
job just as well.
But in the performance today, I don't know.
it's not his natural position though. But yeah,
I know it's not, but I mean, like Kama can still slot in there and do just as well. Like he's done it on the big stage too. So
Man, to have Madrid's third best left back in the top 10 is diabolical to me. I thought Fran Garcia did excellent when he came on, and I think everyone was asking the same question: why did Fran Garcia not start? So to have people doubt for Mendy like that, and he was all over the place. just not today, but just like he doesn't inspire me as a left back. I'm not basing him off just this game. Like people are saying he's as good as or even better than Theo Hernandez when he joined, and obviously that wasn't the case. But I just don't know what he offers. Just offensively, defensively, yeah, he's a 5-star week one in FIFA. That might be it. That's why they influence these decisions. Like, oh, he's a 5-star week one in FIFA. He's good, so we're gonna slot him in top 10. But I just
Crazy.
don't see it.
I just don't see him being in the top 10. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's as shit as some Madrid mans say, in my opinion. But like,
Yeah.
I also don't think he's quality for a top 10 as of right now, bro. So yeah, that's just the way I see it. Anyways, boys, let's not dwell on Mendy. We are going to go from one finished man to another with 18 points and 8th spot. We have Andrew Robertson. I will let you know where we had Robertson in, okay? So, Evie had him at 9. Eris had him at 8. Parsa had him at 9. Parham had him at 7. Jasser did not have him. And I did not have Andrew Robertson in either. That's not good company for me. I can't lie, brother. With Jasser. but
Wait, I thought you said Anthony Robinson. Sorry.
no,
You're talking about
Andrew Robertson.
Yeah, I have to defend him now. I mean, I was just looking over the last 5 years, and overall, I think Andrew Robertson obviously is part of the Liverpool team that won the Champions League, that won the Premier League. So I was just looking at the holistic factors of it. I think he's been one of the better left backs over the last couple of years in the Prem. So just by virtue, like whenever you have like top 5 left back discussions, not just this year, but like even like last 3-4 years, like Andrew Robertson's always like lingering in that top 5 category. Like he's always there. Just off those factors, I think I had to put him in there because he's been like not his this season obviously not been the greatest, but I think in the past he's class.
Yeah, but I do think the last like 18 months or so he's
Yeah.
regressed, bro,
He's-
personally.
I mean, we did have that combo, right? Because I was saying like one of the reasons after like my top 7, I was like, all right, I got to figure out like who to put in there because like the past 18 months, 2 years, he's been dog, right? But like we can't
Yeah.
be like, all right, 2 years, but then we overlook the other 6 years where he was like world class and putting up insane numbers and doing bits for Liverpool. So that's why, like, again, I didn't have him too high because I was like, all right, I got to factor in the current form, but also like I can't disrespect these 6 amazing years or 7, whatever it is, like amazing years that he did have at Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree. He's regressed a lot, and they're obviously looking for a replacement, right? So I would not expect to see him next year anyway.
But that's
Yeah.
also usually what happens. I know, like he's Scottish, not English, but like the English, like the UK in general, like England,
Here we
Scotland,
go.
and Wales, whatever. Like Udo, once their players get older, they regress a lot quicker than like some other countries, which I've noticed like happen.
'Cause
It's
they're all about physicality, bro. That's why they're not about technique or anything like that.
yeah, but also like
Technique
think
stays
about
with
it.
you, physicality doesn't. Once that hits
They're
down,
also drinking pints every other day. Look at Jack Grealish, for example. Like they're not worried about training as much. They're more worried about hitting the pub.
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
That's
I
a
know.
crazy stray.
Crazy,
Bro, what do you
crazy.
mean? It's just
That brother's just enjoying life, bro.
yes,
Let that man f some tortas, bro.
that's crazy. Nah, but they're all for me.
Crazy.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so Robertson, like I said, he ended up in at 8th. Okay, so now this is a big jump. From 18 points, we go to 35 points. Okay, so a very, very big jump. In 7th spot, we have a makeshift left back, I would say. We have Joshko Gvardiol in at 7th. Okay, I will let you know who had him and where they had him. So Naeem had him in at 6. Eris had him in at 7. Evie had him in at 3rd. Parsa had him in at 5th. Parham did not have him. Shocker, Arsenal fan. And Jasser had him at 7th. And I also had him at 3rd. Same as Evie.
Damn, that's
Nice,
crazy.
man. We know
That's
ball,
crazy.
man.
No, you don't.
A Balkan
No, you
brother,
don't.
bro.
I'll give you 5 better than him, bro. When we get to my list.
Brother, you can't even name fucking more than 7. Come on.
Yeah, but I got the 5 above him though. Kerkez I'll allow because we'll let him be down. But like the other 5 are definitely better than him, bro.
Listen.
Has
You
Guardiola
guys are
not
not
been
watching.
one of the best left backs in the
I'm
EPL
not
the
even
last 2
kidding.
seasons?
Again,
Yes or no?
do you agree with me on this? Has he been the best player for City this year?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, until Mbappe sent him packing. But anyways,
Okay, that
that's one
happens.
I know that's one performance. I know I'm joking, but you know what I mean. Like again, I had him on my list. Not like I didn't have him, but like to have him 3rd, that's ridiculous. That's
Nah,
ridiculous.
Bro, no, I don't think it's a far stretch because if you think about it, defensively, he's amazing. I know he can cover the center back position too. Like you'd love to see that from someone that can play multiple positions and he can play them well.
even
I
going
know
up.
I know he's amazing for Croatia as well. And now we've seen a whole new level to his game with his dribbling and his finishing.
for a
Bro, like
center
I'm
back,
seeing him
technically,
score
bro.
bangers, bro. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, he has
he's
scored a
insane.
And
many.
I
His
swear to God,
technique,
I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I swear he's gone faster too. Like
yeah,
he's actually dominating that wing sometimes. Like him being able to play all these multiple positions, and he gets a sense of how to attack as well. Like which I thought was missing from his game before. And he's
bro.
young. He's only gonna get better, bro.
He's a Rolls Royce for me, bro. Like to be a CB and the way that he moves, I don't think that's natural. I'll be honest with you. Just the
And
way
he's
that he
fucking
moves.
huge, bro. I know he's strong and he's tall. Like
He's great
to
at
me,
passing. He's good at everything, bro. Like
yeah.
he scores bangers. He's been clutch for them as again, in the UCL against Madrid. Those like he scored bangers for them, bro. I don't know. Joshua Gvardiol is a Rolls Royce for me, bro, and I will die on that hill. He's playing out of position, so some people roast him.
Yeah.
He got dropped or whatever. But he's playing out of position, and for the last 2 years, he's 100% been in the debate of the best left back in the EPL. I'm pretty sure he was like the top goal scoring left back at one period of time in the EPL as well, which is
Bro, I'm pretty
insane.
sure he's had like 4 player of the match performances for like a city team that's been struggling too. Like,
Yeah, bro. I want to see him as CB. Me personally,
same, yeah. I mean, I guess we do see that with Croatia, right? Like he does play there usually.
yeah.
So
But like, if a brother's a CB and he's doing what he's doing, and in my opinion, he's complete. Like, I didn't expect him to be so good going up, bro. That's the thing, you know. But
yeah, and I'm also like, even do you even remember seeing like him make his debut for Croatia? Like I remember thinking like, dude, this guy is amazing at center back. And I looked at his age and he was like 18 or 19. Bro,
yeah,
he's a football manager, a legend too. Like again, that game doesn't fail me. So.
Like I think he's one of the better left backs in the Premier League. One interesting thing, like he was center back obviously at Leipzig. He was like a young talent. But to make that transition from like center back to left back seamlessly, almost it's like he's played left back his entire career, which he hasn't. He started off as a center back. I think that's really impressive and credit to Vardiol. Just I think 6 is like a right position to rank him at for me personally. Just not
yeah.
higher, not lower.
I
Just
think for me, I rated him highly because it's just an anomaly, in my opinion, for a CB
yeah.
to be doing
Yeah.
what he does. That's the thing, you know. So like in my eyes, I think that's very very impressive. You know,
Here's the thing. I think if you put Alessandro Bastoni as a left back, I think he could do the same thing.
do you think he
I think
scores as
so.
much going up?
Maybe not score as much, but I think assist. I think Alessandro
Probably,
Bastoni.
yeah, yeah,
Pass.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Actually, I don't know because
Maybe, but
well,
no,
that Inter
just the
team.
technique that Guardiola has, bro. That's the
Yeah, to
thing.
be honest, that Inter team has a very specific role for left back, where it's like a left mid, left winger as well, right? I don't know if I see Bastoni being that technically sound. I know his passing's
Oh
amazing.
man,
He's
I
very
think he is.
impressive.
Man. I think he is.
I think he's better at passing and crossing, but like just the ball control and everything like that, the way that
Yeah,
you even the way Guardiola dribbles sometimes, bro, with his right foot as well. I've seen him
Oh
like,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
scores with his right as well. That's the thing, like, so yeah. But Eris, why do you think that's ridiculous?
Literally, I just don't think he's better than my top five. I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say thing. Obviously, me putting Kirkezen at 6 again, recency bias, Bournemouth bias, fair enough. I feel like I fairly rated him, and I mean the list agrees as well. He landed 7th. I put him 7th, right? Like it averaged
you
out.
think Kirkes
Uh,
is better than Vardiol?
He didn't say that, man.
Nah,
He said
he
I
just said
said it said I literally just said recency bias, Bournemouth bias. I literally just said that.
he's just
So yeah, okay,
teasing you.
maybe I could have had him at 6th on my
Bournemouth
list.
bias
There's
is
no
one of
way.
the
There's
craziest.
no way. Absolutely no way he is third. No way. I'm sorry. I understand what you guys are saying, but like I will name my top 3 are better than him at left back.
So
My
for
top 3
me,
are 100% better than him at left back.
potentially, but it also it depends how you look at it. For me, when I rate players, it's how like
I mean, we're
unless
talking about
unless
quality too, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
like that's the thing.
He can
So
do
for
it
me,
all. I think from a
that's the thing.
defending point
Yeah,
of
if you can do it all, bro. Like
view.
I
I
think
think
my top 3 and my top 5 could also do it all.
we'll discuss them, but I think there's certain left backs that are worse at defense or worse at attacking, whereas Gvardiol is very very complete overall, in my opinion. That's the thing about him. So from 7, we are going to go to 6. So with 40 points, we have this is atrocious in my opinion, but we have Alejandro Balde in at 6, boys. Now I will let you know where we all had him, basically, because some of you mans, I think you absolutely butchered him, which is insane. But Evie had him in at 7. Naeem had him in at 9. Eris had him in at 9. Parsa had him in at 4. Parham had him in at 3. And Jasser had him in at 6. And in my opinion, I had him in at 1. It was a very close one for me, though. But honestly, I'll let you guys start because I don't know how you have him in at 9th. Like, I'm taking a look at your list.
No,
And so
I
basically,
literally fumbled it because I had forgotten about him until after like we talked and I like realized I was like holy crap, but then I was like all right I don't know where to slot him and I put him in 9th. Honestly, this is disrespectful to this is gonna be a joke, but like to my FC25 starting team because this brother carried me. I admit my fault there. He probably should have been up there. Like I would say top 6, top 5, possibly. No excuse. I totally fumbled this one.
Bro,
That's
like
it.
Naeem, you can go. You can go
Yeah,
as
so
well,
I
bro.
was
Like,
making my list of that. I was looking for like players to put in, and Balde came in. I probably could have put him higher than the ninth. I think he's better than Calafiori, obviously. But no, I just think like over like I don't know 4 or 5 years.
Obviously, Balde's having a really good season now, but was he like at this level 4 years ago? Is what the question I was asking myself. Like, I don't think he was in the top 5 left back category a couple years ago.
Wasn't he like 12 a couple years ago?
yeah, he's like 21, so he would have been like 17, bro.
Yeah, that's what I
He
mean.
would have been
Like,
minor, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah.
no, that's what I mean. Like, I'm thinking about like the five in the past 5 years. Like overall, like obviously, like this season, I think he's been top 2 left backs undoubtedly. Like if we're basing off this season, like he would easily be up there. But I was just going off like since 2020. Maybe could have gone higher. Maybe ninth was a bit disrespectful, but I personally think
I rate him, but I look at my top 6. I don't think he's better than those 6.
What does Balde have? What is missing from him? I'm curious. When you guys and be honest, if you watch them a lot, because I can tell based off of your replies if you've seen actually Balde play in and out, bro. So what
I
is
think
Balde
that's
missing as a?
good. Offensively, he's really good, and I think he can play like left back and right back. Maybe defensively, he could be better, but other than that, like that's my only take on it. I haven't seen him as much here. Like I haven't seen him. I probably seen him the least. Like in my list, out of the 10, I watched him the least. So that's the other thing.
Bro, like he's just complete in my opinion. Like he has, I don't even know how many assists he has this season. 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure he was high up in terms of in the top 5 leagues assist wise as a left back. I think it was like 7 or something like that. That was the year that we had the best defense in Europe with Xavi, when we won the league. And he was a very integral part to it. He is great going up. He's rapid, bro. He's rapid. Defensively, I think he's pretty sound as well. Obviously, he's still young, 21, like on the younger side. I think he's the youngest one from our list, I'm pretty sure, if not
Yeah.
one of the youngest. Like, you need to consider as well the role that he plays. He's in charge, basically, of a full left flank. Rafinha, we don't have a touchline winger. Rafinha doesn't play on the wing, bro, for us, like a left winger. He goes in centrally. The one that's doing up and down, literally covering the whole left flank is Balde.
I'm looking at like some Barca fan discourse about him. They're saying like one of his biggest problems is that he lacks positional IQ. Do you agree with that, Ken?
At times, potentially. The main thing, in my opinion, that he's improved on this year as well with Hansi, I would say his final ball was pretty ass. But yeah, I just think he's very balanced overall, bro. And I think, like I said, it's between him and another man, in my opinion. I love both of them very, very much. This year, he's like it's between two mans this year. Who's the best left back in the world, in my opinion?
No, I mean I really like him a lot too. I know he has a lot of potential, but I don't think he's better than the top 6. My top 6.
He assisted last game.
The other thing I was thinking, like, why wasn't he starting over Cucurella over like if he started and played throughout the Euros, maybe that would also like influence my decision in putting him higher. But
He just
Cucurella's
came
off-
back. He just came back after.
Was he injured during the Euros?
He was, yeah. So, thank you for reminding me. A big factor why we got eliminated is because Balde was our left back, our starting left back, and Cancelo played left back. And Cancelo had a shit game against PSG. He literally basically gave them 2 goals at the end of the day.
The pen, bro.
If Balde was there, I'm telling you, Balde doesn't make those mistakes that Cancelo makes. So that was a big, big miss for us as well. He was out during
And
that.
he was up for the Euros, eh?
Yeah, so basically he came back literally in time for preseason. That's the thing. Like the interesting part about these lists is you never know. Like in a year or two, they could change completely. So number 5, like I said, is none other than Alfonso Davies. Evie had him in at 6. Eris had him in at 4. I had him in at 7. Naeem had him in at 2. Parsa had him in at 8. Parham had him in at 1. And Jasser had him in at 3. So, technically, Parham had him as the best left back in the world. I'm not too sure if there was a bias towards maple syrup in that. But Naeem had him in that second. So, Naeem, you can go since you had him.
Yeah. There's 100% a bias in my decision, but again, even without the bias, I think he's just such an incredible left back, and to be going from Vancouver Whitecaps to Bayern Munich and to one of the biggest soccer stars in the world. I remember during COVID, your Europeans were like, "How is a Canadian?" The question was, "How is a Canadian this good?" Man, that the treble winning season when Bayern won during COVID, you know what happened to and Nelson Semedo kind of tarnished him there. Just I was just going off that treble winning season. He was so integral to that. Was it Hansi Flick's team? Did a lot of damage that season. He was really good during lockdown. I think like defensively, like he could. There's some work to be done. He's not the greatest, but he was a winger at Whitecaps, and then he comes into Bayern, and then he kind of plays where the coach tells him, you're a left back now.
But even
Um,
for Canada, sometimes for us, he plays as a left winger for us as well.
Yeah, also that, yeah.
He's absolutely rapid. He can bomb up and down the field. He can pass. He can score, which is great because as we mentioned, like he has played at left wing at times. And he's Canadian, but we gotta support our boy, especially with the World Cup coming up.
As I mentioned before, for me, it's like, are you a complete package as a fullback? And defensively, I do not rate Davies. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I remember Dembele tore that brother apart, bro.
Oh, he did.
And
That was
yeah,
bad.
yeah, and I've seen other wingers as well do the same thing. So like, I remember there was like rumors of like Davies and Trent going to Madrid, and I was like, yo, if they get those fullbacks,
Exposed.
those wingers are going to
bro.
be feasting, bro. That's the thing. So in fourth spot, we have with 48 points, we have a La Masia product. We have Grimaldo. Yes, sir. Grimaldo. I say yes, sir, but we'll get to my ranking. Jasser had him in at second. Parham had him in at 5. Parsa had him in at third. Eris had him in at 5th. Evie had him in at second. Naeem had him in at third.
Why am I with Jasser again?
I had Grimaldo the lowest. I had him in at 9, personally.
9th, damn.
Yes, sir. So I better not hear any La Masia glaze. This guy glazes every La Masia product, I just don't think he's complete either. That's the thing. He's good going forward, great at free kicks. But in terms of defense, there's a lot of other left backs that I would rather have in my team. That's the thing. And that's basically it. That's why I had him at a 9th. For me, like, completeness is a big thing for me. That's it.
I agree with you on that because, like, for me, the reason I had him at 5th, I was like, all right, well, I can't put him too much higher. Like, him and Davies were kind of a toss up for me, but I'm like, if I put him a bit too much higher, then like I'm basically doing it only for the attack. But I remember what was it, back in the Benfica days, I wanted them to pick up Grimaldo. I'm like, listen, we play with our wingbacks as attacking wingbacks. Who do we need? Him. He knows how to cross. He knows how to take those free kicks. He can do those, like, you know what I mean? He's a set piece. I don't want to say set piece specialist, but basically kind of like a set piece specialist. He's done amazing at Leverkusen. Obviously, one of the main reasons I think that they did so well last season. Not the greatest defender. He's still world class going up, and I couldn't keep him off the list.
I mean, I heavily favored like attacking fullbacks, which is why I had him pretty high. I think the stats speak for themselves, the accolades. He's winning with Leverkusen. Yeah, his defense needs a bit of work. I think for more modern teams, he does fit that role well. Yeah, I think he's like a weaker DeMarco in a sense.
He was really good at Benfica. Let's be honest here. And then Bayer Leverkusen just took a new level where he's winning titles with them. But again, like he had probably his best season to date last season, I think. So just based off the stats, like Evie said, I had to put him in there. Like he's up there for me. I prefer offense heavy left back. So
third spot. Okay, we are entering our podium, 1 point above Grimaldo, basically with 49 points. It is none other than DiMarco.
Damn it.
So I had him in that 5th. Naeem had him in that 5th as well. Eris had him in that 3rd. Parsa had him in that 2nd. Parham had him at 8. Jasser had him at 4. And Evie, like I said, spoiler alert, you had him in at 1.
Bro, I hate Inter. Don't get me wrong, but
That's
I just
disgusting.
think
That's disgusting, bro. With his hairline too. He's got a straighter at the back of his head.
Bro. DeMarco's so class. I almost regret not putting him second, above my second.
one thing about DeMarco too is he's actually upped his game defensively a lot too. Even last year, he performed at a high level. I mean, Inter's winning. If they go far in the Champions League, I think, he's probably the best left back in the world right now. And quality-wise, he might not be the best, but with his form right now, I think he is the number one. And I hate Inter, by the way, so, like...
All I remember from DeMarco was his own goals, man. He had that one pass in the Euros for Italy, and then he had an own goal for Inter this season. I don't remember the bad things about DeMarco.
That's crazy.
It's good free kicks though in his locker. I'll give him that. His free kicks are actually quite nice.
I mean, I'd rather see him fail than succeed. So.
I know Evie also said, like, we kind of favor attacking fullbacks or wingbacks. He's amazing in going up. He can score. He can assist. I'm similar to Evie where I kind of like favor that attacking fullback as opposed to like a defending one. Honestly, I think I didn't do him justice. He probably should have been second on my list and not third. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see what the future holds for him. And I really think, like, I know we discussed it, Inter and Barca. I think that's gonna be the semi for that side of the bracket.
That would be a good ass matchup.
It's gonna be a fun match.
I don't want that, bro. I'll be honest with you. I think he's better than Grimaldo defensively recently. Offensively, he's probably one of the best. And like, I just really like DeMarco every time I watch him play, bro. I could be because of the system though. That's the thing. But
That is true. Yeah.
second place, 1 point above DeMarco with 50 points. Theo Hernandez.
Let's go.
Oh, I should have swapped them. I should have swapped them.
I will let you know. So, okay, so who had Theo in? I had Theo in at 4. Naeem had Theo in as number 1. Evie had Theo in as 5. Eris had Theo in as 2. Parsa had Theo in as 10.
What?
Par-
10?
That's hatred, man.
Christ,
Ah, that's just bait. That's rage bait. That's rage
That's
bait.
rage bait. Legit. He's rage baiting me from the grave, bro.
Parham had him in at 4, and Jasser also had him in at 10. Sorry, at 1. At 1. At 1.
I was gonna say 10. No, that's just Man United rage bait,
Like,
bro.
slap the fuck out of him just now, man. I was getting cheese right now, bro.
It's okay, bro. 10. That's still higher than what United are right now, so it's all good.
Crazy. So, Naeem, why do you think he's the best left back in the world?
Again, so Theo Hernandez, I think I've watched him the most in my list. I think, like, Paolo Maldini handpicked him to be his hair. The first few games, like, he was just like off to the race. There's like a period of time where our only attacking threat it was just Theo. Our entire game plan was just pass to Theo and hopefully he scores. The only player, like, I was thinking, like, that influenced a game from left back this much was Gareth Bale. So I'm talking about Theo's first years at Milan, not recently. You just take it up a level and fill that gap. That hole for Milan. He's my favorite. I'll say this: he's my favorite left back in football, like of all time. Defensively, he's kind of like sus. He can do better, but I just think he was like fighting for the earlier years. He's fighting for the badge. He's making the runs back and forth. He was picking up a lot of bookings because he was just so passionate. And fans love to see that type of energy, that type of fire, and he was just a fan favorite off the bat. So
I agree with you, Naeem. Theo at his best, but I'm telling you, he's miles above like anyone else at that left back position. We're talking about a guy that has actually like revolutionized that left back position now to the point where like again, he pushes up an attack. His scoring is amazing. He scored some amazing goals, bro. He was actually really good defensively too. I remember like he was bodying mans. He was actually tackling, like he was putting in some good tackles too, even slide tackles and stuff like that. Again, I just think the past 2 years we're seeing like a guy who's gotten lazier. I think this year especially, like I'm telling you, like every goal conceded, Hale's just been like jogging back. He's not running back, bro. Like it's been so frustrating to see him this year. This is a guy who's losing us games now. So that's why like I think like I rate him as 5. I love Teo. Like don't get me wrong, like his quality is amazing, but on form alone, like dude, like there's a reason why we're like doing so bad. Like it's just been so frustrating to watch, man. Like I'm like fuck, I miss the old Teo, bro. This guy was so good.
the past 4 years, he's had the most goal contributions out of any left back.
Dale's been absolutely class for like the past couple seasons. Yes, I know he's starting to like regress a little bit, but for me, it's like the attacking threat he poses absolutely insane. I still remember that solo goal. That solo goal always plays in my mind that he had, but he's still worthy of being in the minimum top 5.
Yeah, but I mean, what a top 5 left back do you know that the team is in 8th, 9th place right now?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't know, bro. On his day, I still think he has the qualities currently to be one of the best in the world in his position. That's the thing.
It's just when he wants to be, right?
We are going to go to number 1. You probably know who it is. So 55 points, 5 points above second. We have Nuno Mensch.
Nuno Mensch, let's go.
Nuno
That
Mensch.
recency bias is
Recency bias is hitting, bro. It's hitting.
I will let you know.
Y'all are tripping.
We all did this.
Brother, hey, let me know when Teo pockets Salah for 210 minutes. Then we'll talk.
Okay.
Whether anyone
Anyway.
can pocket that guy, man, unless you're Southampton or fucking Brighton or some shit, man.
I'll let you know where we all had him, okay? So I had Nuno Mensch in at second. Naeem had him in at 7th. Evie had him in at 4th. Eris had him in at 1st. Parsa had him in
Who
at
is
first.
rating him first that he's scores this many times, man?
Parham had him in at 2nd, and Jasser had him in at 5th. So Eris and
How's
Parsa
he
had him
first?
in at 1st.
Bro, this is so... Parsa had Teo 10th, and he had Nuno Mensch
Yeah,
first.
that's wild, bro. That's
That's
fucking
the craziest
wild,
thing. Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
yo,
bro.
Parsa screwed you guys over for that. You can't even blame me for that. That wasn't even me.
That
you tell
gap
me
is...
based on this season? I think
No.
and it's not based up.
No.
Remove
everyone knew.
Parsa's thing.
Bro, they
What are the
actually asked
ratings?
me like
Remove...
50 times. I was very clear. Ask the boys. I was very clear. When I
Yeah.
told them.
Bro,
Yeah,
you know he
raw
literally
quality.
did that to fuck with us. Like, you...
I don't know. Maybe we
remove
veto
his
it.
fucking ratings, man. Give us
Nah,
the
it's too late. It's too late.
unbiased shit.
It's too late.
Maybe veto
Bro,
it.
Nuno, first off, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's been really, really good this season, but he was not this good a year or 2 ago.
Like
Like,
he was
I
good.
think he
Trust
was.
me, he was.
bias, bro. We're talking
Brother.
about League 1.
Okay, we're talking about Serie A. Okay,
Who bleeds?
And
How the fuck we're not sponsoring
Brother.
lips and shit?
brother, okay, and bro, I could run through Juve, for example. Juve's dog.
Yeah, anyone can do that. Fuck you, man.
Exactly, bro. The fuck?
I ain't fucking defending you, man. Come on,
Nah,
man.
Yeah, I could run through Empoli too, bro.
Eris,
We
Nuno.
can't.
I can run through Lecce too.
We can't
Anyways,
defeat Empoli though.
Crazy. Eris, Nuno, why is he the best? Let us know quickly.
like I said, boys, let me know who is gonna be pocketing Mo Salah for 200. Well, actually, it was 206 as he got subbed off in the 86-minute first game, but whatever.
Didn't Robinson do that? Anthony Robinson
he?
pocketed Salah, I swear, no?
Nuno Mendes has been like one of the best acquisitions we've had, respectively, like for the club in terms of young signings. To be fair, our whole Portuguese core has kind of been there: Vitinha, Neves, and Nuno. If you look at the left back position for PSG in recent years, we had Juan Bernat, good, not a world class, not like anything crazy. Obviously, like we signed Lucas Hernandez back when that didn't kind of work out. Oh my God, Kurzawa! You guys remember Kurzawa?
Oh, he was horrible. He was horrible.
Oh, he was trash.
Like you know how you spell Kurzawa? MID, mid. That's how you spell it. So like we've never had like a insane left back, and then Nuno Mendes was kind of the answer to our prayers. And I get what Evie's saying, like, oh, he wasn't like absolutely world class like last season or season before, but like he was still really good. If you go watch some of the games in the past, like he still makes those exact same runs. He still tracks back. He does those overlaps that normally you would see from a left back, and he's absolutely class. Again, I know the recency bias obviously probably affected this list a lot. That's fair. But if you think about it, what he did over those 210 minutes, how many people have done that? Since Salah's been at Liverpool in 2017, how many people can say that they've done that?
No, yeah.
And you can't even, like, I have seen on Twitter, like, some people are saying, like, oh, we have to take in, like, Salah's, what is he, like, 32, and Nuno's, like, 20-something. I'm like, okay, but Salah's having statistically, his best season at 32. You can't just say his age, and, oh, he's bad. That's like, Ronaldo got better with age. Ibra got better with age. You can't just say, like, oh, he's getting older, so, like, it doesn't count. It still counts. He's having his best season, and he got marked out of the game.
Compared to the other ones that I had, the other top 4, top 3.
No, and again, that's fair. Like I said, I think I rated DeMarco too low. I think you should have been second in my list because class. Like again, it's that top 3 or 4 is a whole toss up. Like I'm not arguing that, but
Yeah.
for me right now,
Again,
Nuno's
he probably had
class.
the best growth out of my top 5, like in terms of like the best leap from last season to this. So I mean, I'm sure he's gonna be better. He's gonna be like top 2 in my list, no time. But
No, you know the crazy part, Nuno Mendes, he's only 22. That's mind blowing. It feels like he's been around forever. Like if you look at like previous Portuguese left backs, Rafael Guerrero, Antunes, and there's another one that, anyways, Eliseo I think is the other one. Like they just like haven't produced great Portuguese left backs, and I think Tavares is better than them lot. Like Mario Rui is the other one, man. Like I'm taking Nuno Tavares over Mario Rui all day, every day. So I think Portugal have that complete left back right now to finish their back line. So I think he's class. He's having a really good season. Number one is a stretch for me, but I think he has a really high upside, and he's only gonna get better. So.
Eris can vouch for this. I feel like I've spoken about Nuno to you for a while. That I
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
like Nuno. Like I think he's a very very complete left back in my opinion. Him and Balde are the like for me it was between them two and it's very very close. But I love Nuno. Lamine actually said that Nuno is the best left back that he's faced so far. But he did
He did get by him. He did get by him. Hey,
get
he
by
got by
him.
him.
Hey,
Salah didn't, but he did. We'll see. Maybe
exactly.
in the final it might be a different game if we
Maybe
both make
Salah
the
isn't the
final.
best right winger in the world, bro. You never know.
Conversations, bro. These prem mans, we need to have some conversations with these prem mans.
Crazy. But yeah, no, I love Nuno Mendes, and I think he's probably gonna be one of the best in the world in the future for years to come, basically. And they're very blessed to have him. Honestly, there you guys have it. That was our top 10 left backs in the world. Again, like I said, it's like from 7 man, so a bigger list so far, all over the place. Some mans had certain mans in at number 1, and then someone else had him in at 10th, and vice versa. That Teo at 10th, we will be discussing that as well. If that was a rage bait,
Crazy rage bait.
we will potentially
Like,
need to
I'm
veto.
not falling for it.
we might need to veto some mats. But yeah, that is left back top 10 in the world. Let us know if you like this series. We are going to be continuing with other positions in the future, probably right back, honestly, or maybe center backs. We'll see how it goes. But let us know what you think of our picks. Let us know who you think is the best left back in the world. Like, share, subscribe, please. As always, we want to be creating the best content for you guys. If you have any lists or anything like that, any ideas for us, let us know. But until then, we will see you guys on the next episode. Take it easy.